Hello, everybody. Good Christmas evening. Welcome on into a super late stream due to holiday festivities and my inability to stream on Saturday. We're going to see how this goes. Hopefully it goes well. We'll cut and trim if we need to, but hopefully we won't. We're going to pray for a Christmas miracle. Short games today. Let's jump in. We have 4 matchups for you. They're all wheel spin games, leftover matchups from previous, from of this weekend set before we jump into the All-Star break. All-Star game will be tomorrow at some point. Gonna guess maybe 6 p.m. Pacific time, but no guarantees. Again, sorry I am so late today, but hey, it's the holidays. That's kind of just how it goes. We have the Red Sox and the Blue Jays, the Marlins and the Dodgers, Astros and Padres, Rangers and Mariners to round things up. And let's go ahead and jump in. Whoa. Jump into the second game of the day, which is our first game of the day, which is something I didn't realize the Red Sox were so bad. 30th and 30th of defense. Goodness gracious. I really should have gone. I should go through. I would have a little extra time tomorrow. I could go get everybody's rank on some of these 13 or 15 game days. That way we have the whole thing. The Mets, Diamondbacks, and Nationals Padres series were the only ones that did not get watched. AL All Stars at NL All Stars, and then May, I think it's 21st is when it picks back up. The Red Sox are 17 to 23. The Toronto Blue Jays are chasing down the Yankees at 22 and 17. Welcome on into the first game of 4 here inside MLB 11, the show. Hopefully you're doing well. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to those of you celebrating. And if you're not, I hope you have a great Thursday. Christian Liu is a center fielder. He'll be leading off for the Red Sox, followed by Justin Smoke at first base. Jason Hayward in right. Carlos Lee is in left. Wes Helms is at third. Jorge Cantu is the designated hitter. Blake DeWitt is at second. Benji Molina is the catcher. Jason Bartlett is the shortstop. In the last couple of days, we've had some incredibly long and pretty short videos, which has been kind of nice. Let's see. What do we got live? We went 230, 301, 358. John Garland, 4-2, 5.29 ERA. And that one's on me because I was looking at my phone. Whoopsie doodles. Five and 2, 5.29, 7 games. 17 innings, 25 hits, 8 walks, 15 strikeouts. Welcome to Toronto. Oh god, this is a bad matchup of colors. I will say that. That's an ugly Blue Jays uniform that is on the outside. And we are underway here. 0-1. We'll get about an hour of good noise out of me, and then, or good volume. Good noise is a bad way to phrase that, but we'll get about an hour of that, and then I'll have to try and settle it down just a little bit. We have that 10 p.m. noise situation, so we'll have to be quiet. Here's the wide and the pitch. That's going to be rolled over to the shortstop. He scoops it up cleanly, fires over to first in time for out number 1. Black top, white pants versus navy blue top, gray pants. Justin Smoke, go Mariners, with a 290 average. He'll step up. 1 out, nobody on. Scoreless here in the top of the first. All we have is, I can't imagine that. Can't imagine there's a lot of streams happening right now. It was fun to give the in-studio updates yesterday, mainly because I didn't know what the hell was happening. Though I'm sure it was jarring and confusing to other people. That'll be rolled foul up the first base line. Jolly Olive. This is crushed out to right center. That'll drop and bounce off the wall for a double. And that is where he will hold up. So it'll be a 1 out double. I'm ready to get hurt again. 2032. Those are such long videos and long streams. That is in for a strike at the knees. 0-1. Runner on second here. One gone. So Smoke gets things started with a bang. I guess technically he was the second hitter. Whatever. Doesn't matter. There's the wind and the pitch. It's foul up the third baseline. If you're wondering, man, Sean seems like maybe not all there. It's late. It's late and we are just getting started, and I need to edit a video for tomorrow. As it swung on and missed. I like that pitch location right there. It's the best possible result, so I think it helps you like that pitch location a little bit more. But still, I mean, it kind of looked like it was going to be good, and then just whoop, dove right in. Right-hander winds and fires that on the inside. Gets the strike call. And that is going to be hit to the second baseman. He will scoop it up, fire over to first in time to retire the side. And we will head to the home half. Toronto coming up. We'll introduce their lineup in a moment. Here is that lineup. It's Johnny Damon, the left fielder, leading off, followed by Andre Ethier. In right field, Miguel Cabrera is at first. David Ortiz, the designated hitter. Xavier Nady. In center, Mike Aviles. Dang it, that's a name that I just cannot look at and pronounce. It's very weird. Third base, Derek Jeter. At shortstop, Carlos Santana is the catcher. Juan Uribe is at second base. Aviles. As I can't look at it. I got to say it in rhythm. Otherwise, I look at it and my brain doesn't know what to do with it. What I wanted to do. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Right on. It's on top of the. Kevin Millwood's 3-5 with a 5.40 ERA. 8 games with 25 innings pitched. 40, 16, and 17. That is 56 hits and walks to just 17 strikeouts. That is not good. Holy moly. 56. I think that's the highest hit number we've seen. Wild. Well, let's see what the Toronto Blue Jays can do against the Boston Red Sox here, as he has already given up so many hits. Perfect. That is swung on and missed. 1-1 the count. Welcome on in, everybody. You're just joining. No score, bottom first. We're just underway here in Toronto. AL East matchup. That is hit to the third base side, scooped and fired over first in time for out number 1. The righty winds and fires. Ooh, wow, able to hold that one back. He thought about the swing, but they'll call it a check swing. No appeal to third base. Though the appeals are unnecessarily dramatic, and it seems like it's pretty rare that they actually do go around. This game, apparently, the batters have the greatest bat control in the world. Probably has something more to do with the fact that the game just isn't particularly good on the PlayStation 2. But you know what? That's why it's fun. Sometimes you get these funky little broken games, and they're not like so bad that it's good. They're definitely playable. They definitely work in ways, but there are some glaring issues with it. We'll take a strike at the letters. We get a 2-strike count. 2-2. Swung on and missed. Went back to that inside pitch, and it worked. Got him to go around. He had already kind of thought about one of those pitches, but just couldn't hold back. That'll bring up Miguel Cabrera. He's batting over 300 at 302. 4 home runs, 16 RBI. What? Ma'am, what are you yelling about? Why are you yelling? That is outside for a ball. One and oh. 2 gone. See if Cabrera can get something going here. We'll get a take at the knees. One and one. That'll be hit. Oh, it just gets over the leaping shortstop. It's going to roll all the way to the wall. Cabrera, not known for his speed, but able to get there with the stand-up double. Overran it just a little bit. Thought that might be a real tough out number 3. We'll get a better look at it here. It was actually not even going to be close. When the angle is kind of like looking down a little bit, that just kind of like, oh, it kind of looks like, you think you're really close under the net. You're like, I could touch that. And then you cut to a wide shot. It's like, hey, he's not close. Don't know what he thinks he's doing. He's never going to touch that rim without a trampoline. So that'll bring up David Ortiz, who takes a ball outside. Another time, or a second. Both times in this first inning, runners have been at second base. That's all I'm trying to say. That is inside for a strike. Just got the corner. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, blah humbug. I don't want to force the choice on you. Whatever's fine. I don't care. Happy Holidays, Merry Christmas to you and yours. Hopefully you got some good sleep last night. That's what you wanted for Christmas. So hopefully you got that. 1 and 2. 2 outs and a runner on second. Ortiz smacks that foul up the third baseline. There's the pitch outside for a ball. So Ortiz doing a good job staying alive, making him work. Here comes the 2-2. Low. Makes it a full count. They're not going to put Cabrera in motion here, I don't think. And maybe that's a good decision. Is it going to be an out? He is chasing it down, and he makes the reaching grab with the left hand. 1 hit for each team. Both teams with a double, but cannot score them. Helms, Cantu, and DeWitt coming up in a scoreless first game. Wes Helms averaging .250. And that'll be hit to the second baseman. Very quick out, number 1. Not surprising to see from the leadoff hitter. 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out. The trick is, most of the time, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but with how frequently we see bobbles from the infielders, and now it's, even started to go toward the outfield, it's not the worst situation in the world. If you get a bad bounce, you can get on board via an error. It's not the worst plan. It just relies a little too much on them making the mistake and not you making a good play. Oops. Here comes the pitch, and it is high. Check swing appeal. He went. Not a great call for the Toronto Blue Jays. That should have been ball 2. Or ball 1, excuse me. Instead, it's strike 2. I mean, that pitch was high and it was sailing. Gotta go already, but hope you and yours have fun holidays. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. And happy holidays again to you. 0-2 here as he swings and fouls that one off to stay alive. Here comes the pitch outside, and he just... Cantu never really looked comfortable in that at-bat. It was a called strike one, a bad check swing that got called strike two, fouled off the next pitch, and then a slider that was going outside, but it just felt like it was such a whiff. He was in auto swing mode from the second pitch on, and that'll result in out number 2. And that will be hit out to left field. The left fielder covers it nicely, and it is very quick. 1, 2, 3. Nady, Aviles, and Jeter. There we go. We got there. Just can't think about it too much. And if you'll excuse me, I'm going to munch an M&M. Because I love a good M&M. You know what? Maybe I'll even have 2. I was going to say, I'm trying not to eat on camera too often. I literally make 2 videos a week of me eating on camera. What are you talking about? Man, plain M&M's with the call. Pitch misses outside for ball number 1. And that'll be hit right back up the middle into center field for a single. I know that the Boston B is like a very recognizable logo. I like seeing the hat with the Red Sox on it. I think it looks really nice. I wish they would do that more. But I just feel like brand recognition is so important to our modern day and age. They're going to put the runner in motion. It'll be a swinging strike, and it'll be a wasted out on the base paths. I wonder if they were trying to just go for a hit and run there, but... Huh. Feels like a missed opportunity just because they didn't cash in the first runner. I don't know why you're being so aggressive. That's foul up the first base line. Are you a Blue Jays fan? No, I am a Mariners fan. It's just a regular season game that we're watching. It's a whole season, whole 82-game season. Games are 3 innings. And the rosters were fantasy drafted. Bottom 2. Here comes the 1-2. That is a pitch I probably would have swung at if I were playing this game. I would have looked really good coming in. It drops low and well outside the zone. Swung on and missed. So that is 2 outs and that single at bat thanks to the bad steal attempt. It's going to be interesting to kind of look at it. I don't know. It's a little tricky sometimes to tell with the speed, but if they can get that into the outfield, how aggressive do you want to be running the bases? It is Derek Jeter who is batting in the 7 hole, which is really weird to me. I guess the question would be, where did Jeter typically bat in a Yankees lineup? Ooh, they're going to call that a strike. It absolutely was not on the swing, so it must have been in the zone. 0-1. That's 1-1. That ball well outside. I wonder if we can find that with a quick search. What was Derek Jeter's typical batting position? Lineup position. That's what I'm looking for. Lineup spot. Derek Jeter, number 2 in the number 2 spot in lineup. That's not helpful. How many? Oh, here we go. StatMuse has us. We're gonna look at that. Maybe 20. Maybe that's not what I want. How many times did Derek Jeter bat in each spot? And it just says he had 2,000 at-bats. Like, not super helpful. Can you please stop with the ads? Big swing and a miss there. Fun fact, Derek Jeter had the exact same 376 on-base percentage when he batted leadoff. Best position for Derek Jeter. Okay, well, that was inconclusive and unhelpful. He was number 2. Yeah, I know that. I'm well aware of that. That's not what I asked. His jersey number was 2. Like, nope. It's not what we're looking for. That's fouled away. Here comes the righty's pitch as we head to a scoreless top of the third. That is fouled away. And a swing and a miss. We are working our way through this game quickly. It is helping that both teams are swinging a lot. So we're getting quick outs via ground outs, flyouts, and the like. And we're getting the strikeouts, excuse me, as well, especially on pitches that are not really in the zone. So we'll go we're here in the top of the third. One gone. Okay, anybody get anything going? Not on that at bat. That's a 1 pitch, 1 swing, 1 out for out number 2. And this is where this game starts to get funky. Like, you would start to kind of grumble and groan that no offense is happening. We're right now tracking to go extra innings, but also at the same time, we're working through it so quickly that it's not the worst situation in the world. Christian Liu, as the lineup flips over, is 0 for 1 today. Justin Smoke should be next. He has the only hit for the Red Sox today. That's foul. Here comes the 0-1. Swung on and missed for a strike. 0-2. Here comes the 0-2. And that's going to be blocked nicely in the dirt. Makes the count 1-2. Lefty takes that outside. Liu with a couple of good takes there. Able to work himself back into the count at 2-2. That is swung on and missed. So that will retire the side. We will head to the home half of the third. They just need one swing to end this game. It'll be Carlos Santana. Oh, pardon me. Home half of the third. Here comes the pitch from the right-hander. That's low and misses for a ball. 1-0. Toronto's been a funky team as we've watched them throughout this season. Again, you look at that. It's always what you go back to. You look at the lineup and you look at the names, the name value, and you go, man, this team should be really good. And they're over 500 and they're second place in the AL East, and that's great. But also at the same time, it feels like they're underperforming to such a weird degree. That's inside. That it's so funky when we get into this spot when you have Miguel Cabrera, David Ortiz, Derek Jeter, so many guys that I usually forget. I can usually only name 3 of the big names. There's 0-0 against the 30th ranked team in this game. I think the Boston Red Sox lone good stat, though, was pitching, so there's that. Here comes the 2-2 to the leadoff hitter. It's a curveball. It's going to be grounded out to shortstop, but he is safe because of the bobble. That's what we were talking about a little bit ago. Hard hit ball right to him. Can't figure it out. And we get that so frequently. Uribe takes a ball inside, 1-0. I don't think I want to be aggressive here as Toronto. They already cost themselves an out. The problem with this game is it does not register inning number 3 the way it should, as it is inning number 9, technically. It's the end of the game. Here comes the 1-1. That's hit foul. Makes it 1-2. Really reached out to get that one. Still able to drive it pretty deep down the field. Or deep into the stands. And that is a fair ball up the third base line. He's hitting second, and he'll likely just be held at third. He'll slide into third, in fact. All right. Blue Jays, nobody out, and a lot of ways to get this game-winning run in. Johnny Damon's 0 for 1. Can he end it here? The problem is with the way that baseball worked in 2011. Oh, that's going to get him. Yep, that'll get him in. The running animation took him out of the play, and that will do it. Jays 1, Red Sox none. And Toronto ekes out a walk-off win to get us started here on this lovely Christmas Eve baseball broadcast. I was going to say that with the contact that you can have against the catcher, it's not a sure thing that runner on third would be in contention to win it. It could end up being the runner at second, because sometimes when they roll over it and it goes just to the infield, when the infield throws home, instead of them going back to third, they charge the catcher, and it's a whole disaster. John Carlin pitched 3 innings, gave up 1 hit, struck out 4. He's your player of the game. He improves to 5-2. Kevin Millwood falls to 3-6. We're trying to get through this as quickly as we can. Toronto went 3-0 in that series, and boy, oh boy, did it show. They shut them out every single game. A 320 average versus just a 152 average. And the Blue Jays had fewer at-bats because they were the home team. Just put that together. Maybe not the most impressive stat in the world then. 6.1 innings pitched. Wild. All right. First game of the day was the Angels and the Orioles. The Angels win that one 3-1, excuse me. We are going to drop all the way down here to the bottom for Marlins Dodgers. So we're going to catch up on every other score in between that. Skip into this as we take a look at the AL West standings. We'll get you a standings update at the end of the episode today, if you are curious about where things stand. Joke not really like intended or whatever, but we'll get things caught up for you before we head to the All-Star break. Again, that'll be tomorrow, 6 p.m. Pacific time. That'll be the only game that we watch. We'll get in, we'll get out, and I'll enjoy the rest of the holiday. But should be around 6, but I can imagine I imagine it could slide later. It'll still just be a short stream for you. Marlins are 23-17, surprisingly contenders in the NL East. Los Angeles has been pretty bad all season long. They are 16-23 in 4th place, I want to say, in the NL West. If the NL West didn't have, and this is going to stun you, the Colorado Rockies, who kind of have run away with this division, it'd actually be kind of interesting. Mohamed Haney is going to lead things off. He is a center fielder. Paul Konerko's at first. Alex Rodriguez at third. Patton Burrell in left. Todd Helton is the DH, so that tells you it's probably going to be a left-handed starting pitcher for the Dodgers. Chris Iannetta is behind the dish. Orlando Cabrera is the shortstop. Garrett Jones in right. Danny Espinoza is the second baseman. Typically, Todd Helton is the number 2 hitter, but when the opposing team has a left-handed starting pitcher, they drop Helton to the 5 spot. If you want to look at the last game, Red Sox and Blue Jays, if the Blue Jays are facing a left-handed pitcher, they will remove Ortiz from the lineup. Wade LeBlanc is indeed a left-handed pitcher who's 3-3 with a 5.60 ERA. 7 games with 17.2 innings pitched, 27 and 12? 10? Hits, walks, and strikeouts. Yeah, 27 and 12. All right, we were right on there. Feels good. So Haney will get things let off for us here in the top of the first. Welcome on into game number 2. Some NL action for you. What is our balance today? Are we a little more balanced than we have been? It is actually 50-50. 2 AL matchups will sandwich these 2 NL matchups. The lefty winds and fires. That is fouled away. Oh, and 2. Pitcher winds and fires. Big tasty curveball, but way too low to do anything with. Started low, didn't really get that high, and dropped well out of the zone. Still might have fooled me a little bit, because I'm not very good at these games. Here comes the 1-2. And that is hit out to right field. Right fielder comes in a few steps, makes the grab, and that will be out number 1. Michael Stanton. Paul Konerko has a hitting streak. That's a good thing to know about. He has a 5-game hitting streak, batting a little under 300 at 288. First pitch comes in and is a ball. No, it's a strike. Dang it. I didn't hear anything. Mainly because I wasn't listening. Whoops. That pitch stays outside for a ball, so that one makes it 1-1. I was just a little ahead. I was ahead of my time. Here comes the lefty's pitch. It's off the end of the bat, diving. Its shortstop misses it. So it'll be a single out to center field, and the Marlins are in business here in the first. Alex Rodriguez, 323. 12 RBI on the season. He's been hitting the ball well all season long, but typically when we watch, he's coming up with 2 outs because the first 2 hitters just can't do anything for him to help him out. It does seem like when they face the lefty, it gives Alex Rodriguez specifically an advantage to try and pick up RBIs. That pitch is inside. That is outside for a ball. So 3-0. This has got to be a hands-off take right there. It is a strike at the knees. As we get to look at our favorite fans stuck behind those advertising boards. Left-hander winds and fires. Alex Rodriguez puts a charge into this one, but it is going to be an out in left field. As the left fielder moves under it. Runner between first and second gets about halfway before needing to turn back to tag up. Or to be back safely. Pat Burrell. He'll be the next hitter here for Florida. That is fouled away. Pretty aggressive swing there. 0-0. Like, not the most surprising thing in the grand scheme of things, but also a little surprising given that it isn't the leadoff hitter. That'll be rolled over to third. They'll fire to second, and they will take the short way to get out number 3. We will head to the bottom of the first. Dodgers and Marlins tied at 0. There is our guy, Juan Pierre. He's the designated hitter. He was an absolute godsend for us in MLB 2K5, which I did a couple off seasons ago, I believe, and that was a lot of fun. I believe it was last off season. He leads off. Carlos Beltran is in center field. Ryan Braun in left. Adam Dunn at first. Michael Giancarlo Stanton in right. Ryan Dume is the catcher. Wilson Betterman at third. Gordon Beckham at second. Cliff Pennington is the shortstop. Zach Greinke is getting the start today. 3-4 with a 2.96 ERA. 8 games, 24.1 innings pitched, 19, 6, and 20. Wow. 19 hits, 20 strikeouts. 6 walks means you're looking at 25 hits and walks combined. 20 strikeouts. We've seen Greinke a few times in this season. That'll bring up Juan Pierre to lead things off. And Pierre is going to do some Juan Pierre things that we saw last season. Or in MLB 2K5. When did those? I believe those went up about a year ago. There's another 3-inning series with a fantasy draft element to it. MLB 2K5, yeah. That was the off-season content last year. Pierre, that's an out. It's not even a good throw. Oh, wow. It's a bad throw, but because of where the throw is, it gets him on the steal. You can see it here. He has to lean, and as he catches the ball, likely in Juan Pierre's right arm. Well, it probably... Ooh. Safe at first. It should be 2 on with nobody gone. That's a bad break for the Los Angeles Dodgers. Some aggressive base running from the couple of teams today. Is it both the home teams? Should be 1-0 Los Angeles, but instead it's runners on the corners with 1 out. Still a good position to be in, but sometimes it feels like this computer is just a little too aggressive. Now, granted, a throw that was actually kind of bad that ended up being good is the difference between a 1-0 game and a no-score game. So I guess it's not entirely Juan Pierre's fault. I would never blame him either. That pitch is low for a ball. That is low for a ball as well. Not a good position for Greinke to be in. They will check over on the runner at first. He is safe. A little bit of a hitch or a hiccup in the animation there, trying to pick those runners off. They will try again. He is back safe. Not only that, but every time the defender catches the ball, they always bring it up here before they tag, which gives them all the time in the world to get back. That one stays upstairs for a ball. Three and 1. And that'll be inside for a walk. So bases loaded now for Michael Stanton. Played for Florida at the time, but now playing for the Dodgers after the fantasy draft. That is going to be such a bad second out. It's in foul territory up the third base line. Takes a couple of steps closer toward the out-of-play area, and that will be the out. And that'll be foul up the third base line again. Boy, how am I running out of room on my desk to put crap? There is another ball. One and one. That pitch well outside. Boy, oh boy. Greinke's been a little wild today so far. Will he walk in a run? 2-1. Guess that would have been quite a better question for the next pitch. And it's going to be to the second baseman, and that will do it. So, Florida lets the Dodgers load the bases, but thanks to an aggressive base stealing attempt, they are able to, man, that is brutal. That is brutal. Bases loaded, 1 out. It's an out in foul territory and a ground out that thwarts the threat. The extra out was the steal attempt. Florida survives. It's no score. Heading to the top of the second. A pitch inside for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. Ooh, in for a strike. I don't know about that. That pitch looked low. And that's going to be foul. I mean, it looked like a really good putt. Just hit and spun toward the hole. Makes it 1-2 for Helton here. And he'll take a pitch that just misses. Here comes the 2-2. That is outside for a ball. Fills up the count. And that'll walk. They will walk Helton. I mean, that's a lefty-lefty matchup. That's the matchup you want. But Helton with a good eye there to get on base. I think they would be all but assured that they would not send him, though you never know. Chris Iannetta. I guess if you try to get the hit and run and the pitch misses in a weird spot, then he's just kind of gone. I can understand that, but that is a strike right at the knees. Oh and 1. Lefty sets, winds and fires. That is outside for a ball. Ooh, that missed just inside. Looked like a pretty good pitch to me, but umpire didn't think so. It'll be a ball. 2-1. And that gets the knees for a strike. Evens it up at 2-2 instead of going to 3-1. Not wildly convinced that was a strike, but again, not the umpire. Here comes the 2-2. That one's upstairs. That will fill the count as it misses above the letters. And that's fouled away. Three and two is going to be rolled over. There's one. The turn over to first, and that is two. So that takes care of the Helton walk. It's a payoff pitch that pays off beautifully for the Dodgers. Orlando Cabrera. He's batting under 200 at 196. That is, oh my goodness, really? They called that a strike? Okay. And we'll take a curveball out to center field, and that will be a hit. Just a single, but still put somebody on. So Garrett Jones now will step in. He adjusts himself and gets ready. Outside for a ball. Fouled away. Ooh, big swing and a miss there on the 1-1 pitch. Runner on first, scoreless game. Oof, got him to go. Aggressive swing, and that'll be out number 3. We will head to the home half of the second. Betterment, Beckham, and Pennington. See what Greinke can do here. He was a little wild in the first inning. Bases got loaded. That was a big swing on a pitch that looked like it was in a very hittable location, but it's 0-1. And another big swing on a pitch that makes it 0-2. That pitch was very low. Hey, how's it going? Here comes the 0-2. That is high and outside for a ball. 1-2. That makes it 2-2. Good eye. Especially after a couple of swings. That second swing was really not good. Probably should be a 3-1 count, but it's a 2-2 count. Because he swung at it, so we have to take it for what it is. Here comes the pitch from Greinke. Okay. That pitch looks similar to one we saw called a strike in the previous half inning, but they'll call it a ball this time around. Fills up the count 3-2. Here comes the payoff. And it'll be low for a ball. So fell behind 0-2 and then 4 straight balls after that. And that's the wildness of Greinke. That first pitch looked pretty good. Able to play that second pitch off the first pitch. 2 swings, 2 misses, 0-2 count. They just could not find the zone on the next 4 pitches to get the strikeout. Instead, it's a walk. They sent Juan Pierre in the first inning, the Dodgers did, after him getting on base. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That gets all the way to the wall. It's going to score a run. No, it's not actually. They hold him at third. There must have been some kind of hesitation between first and second, or the runner just doesn't have a ton of speed. Either way, I thought that was going to be a run-scoring double for sure. It instead just puts runners on second and third. So this is the second time now that Florida has an opportunity. They were able to figure out how to get out of a jam in the last inning. Can they keep that magic alive here in the second? Greinke winds and fires. Big swing there it misses it completely. That'll be hit out to right. Will they send the runner from third? They will. Here comes the throw in. It is not in time. Safe. Dodgers lead 1-0. Good time for them to take a lead here at the bottom of the second in games that are just 3 innings. Or are at least supposed to just be 3 innings. We've gone 8 twice. I do not want to put that into the universe. I'm going to knock on wood. Sorry if that sounds bad on the audio. Juan Pierre. He has a hit already in this one. It was a single instead. Ooh, we're going to get that play. No, he's safe. I thought we were going to get that funky play at the plate. We didn't. What happened there? It's 2-0 Dodgers. They don't even get the out. Let's take a look at it. So this is the correct play. He has him beat. It's going to be a contact play at home plate. You never know how that's going to go. But here's the funk with the PS2 version of this game. Throws a little bit high, pulls him off his feet. And then for some reason tries to why does he get turned? He turns 90 degrees, tags nothing, and it's a run that scores. Beautiful. That is absolutely launched towards right center. It is going to go off the wall, and that will score a run. He's going to go for a triple. It's a run-scoring triple. Wow. Oops. So a big inning here for the Dodgers, and that's the best time to have it. Bottom of the second. Might be an interesting clip to pull there. And a runner on third with just 1 out. Here comes the pitch. This is low for a ball. Righty is ready. Greinke is ready. That'll be hit right back up the middle. That will score a run. It is 4-0 Dodgers. It's just a single because it's right to center. They were playing in there. Adam Dunn worked a walk in his first plate appearance. This was the message felt like they avoided in the first inning. But they could not avoid it in the second. Still just 1 out. Double plays in order. Though with this game, that doesn't mean a whole lot. They're going to put a runner in motion, second steal attempt, and he is safe that time. I don't know what's happening. How can Florida not get it out on a tag? How'd you miss the tag? It's so delayed. It's so bad. That's not on you, catcher. That's on the covering. That's on the guy covering second base. That pitch is in for a ball. Here comes the 2-0. Dunn takes a look at a strike. 2-1. And that'll be hammered out to left field, but the left fielder looks like he has a beat on it. He's going to make the catch right at the wall. I thought, for some reason, I thought that might actually get out, but the game usually would kick into a home run trot at some point. Finally, it's out number 2. It'll bring up Michael Stanton, who was 0 for 1 today. That is in for a strike. Stanton takes a look at a ball that misses. That'll be rolled over. Shortstop picks it up cleanly, fires over to first in time for the outs. Michael Stanton. I always forgot he used to go by Michael. Yeah, it was a weird one. Weird one to see. 2 ghost men, followed by Canerco. Last chance for the Marlins here in the top of the third. 4-0. Dodgers with a monster inning. That is high and inside. So 1-0 from the lefty. That'll be rolled over to the second baseman, who scoops it and fires in time for the out. 1 gone for Florida quickly in this one. Here comes the opening. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Wow. Okay. That was a curveball or a changeup that felt like it should have been crushed, and that it's a nice play by shortstop. The shortstop, when we have so frequently seen shortstop, second baseman, third baseman in particular, just dive right over. Just little dolphin dives right over it. Way to stay on his feet, on the ground, and make a nice throw over to first. 2 gone. Falls behind this batter, 1-0. That is in for a strike to even things up. 1 out away from picking up a 4-0 victory against the Miami Marlins. I'm sorry, the Florida Marlins. Lone Depot keeps calling me about what I assume are season tickets. That's rolled foul. Florida down to their final strike. And they will keep the game alive. They don't really need to do that. I like that they had the pitcher do the around the back. Like, I'll get this one. It's like it way over your head, but you weren't going to get that. Alex Rodriguez is 0 for 1 today. And that'll be right to the third baseman. It will go the short way for out number 3, and that will take care of it. 4-0, a big second inning for the Dodgers offensively. Missed opportunities in the first inning. A funky out on the base paths trying to steal second with Juan Pierre. It was a bad throw that was actually good. They were able to load the bases with just 1 out, but a pop out and a ground out ended that threat. They come through with the second. Wade LeBlanc is your player of the game. 3 innings, 3 hits, 1 strikeout. And he improves to 4-3. Zach Greinke falls to 3-5. No home runs. No save opportunities. Los Angeles wins the series 2-1. They had 4 in this one, so 5-4 over the last couple of games, which would be like a, I don't know, 4-1, 3-1, something like that. But that'll do it from Los Angeles. We got to catch up on a bunch of scores. Yankees, they pick up a 3-1 win over the Guardians. Tigers over the Rays 1-0. Braves over the Phillies 2-1. Pirates over the Giants 4-1. Royals 3-1 winners against the Twins. Cubs over the Rockies 1-0. Reds over the Brewers 5-0. Nationals beat the Cardinals 4-2. Nets over the Diamondbacks 4-2. Athletics beat the White Sox 3-0. Dodgers, a lot of scoreless games. No, we don't need to count them. It's not that big of a deal. Astros and the Padres coming up next as we are jumping from game to game as quickly and efficiently as we possibly can. Brutal stats. Oops, that is not actually what I wanted. I wanted the previous picture, previous thumbnail. You didn't have to see the mistake, but it was there. Welcome on into Petco Park here in San Diego, California. Astros are 23-16. The Padres are 18-23. Figgins will lead off for Houston. It sounds like it says Sean on the PA. But I don't think that's correct. Sean Figgins? He's a third baseman, Skip Shoemaker. Designated hitter Matt Watson, in left field. Carlos Quinton in right. John Hester, the catcher. Billy Butler at first. Colby Rasmus in center. Omar Infante at second. Marco Scudero is the shortstop. And that's your Houston Astros starting lineup. Let's take a look at the pitcher. It's Carlos Zambrano, a 5.32 ERA in 8 games, a 4-4 record, 22 innings pitched, 21-10-10. So 31 combined hits and walks, only 10 strikeouts. Only 10 strikeouts on the season. All right, that was kind of the same sentence twice. We're falling apart here. We are just praying to make it a little bit longer. Go Mariners. Ooh, we have some interesting Padres uniforms today. That is outside. Here comes the 1-0. That stays upstairs. They even have kind of some funk in the gloves a little bit. That does not bode well for a game that already isn't super solid defensively. Uh-oh. Not a great start here to the leadoff batter, 2-0. That's going to get all the way to the backstop to make it 3-0. And that's outside, ball 4. So a really bad start here for the Padres. They issue a non-competitive walk there, and Figgins will be on first base. Skip Shoemaker, 364 average, no home runs, 4 RBI, and a stolen base. That pitch is in. They are going to put him in motion, and he will be safe at second base. Good jump and a nice stolen base there. The throw is way up, but it didn't really matter. Figgins was going to be safe regardless. As the throw was hitting the leather of the glove, his toe was touching the second base bag. That is low for a ball. That's outside for a ball. So again, not a great... Wait. Was it a 4-pitch walk to lead off the game? And then it would be a 3-0 count here. I believe that would be the first strike he's thrown, unless I missed one in the previous at-bat. Either way, it's 7-1. Best case scenario, it's a 7-ball, 2-strike split, which is not what you were looking for. Could make this a long game for the Padres. That will be another walk. So now it's really good that the runner was safe at second. Otherwise, all of a sudden, you're looking at what should have been 2 on with nobody out. You'd be taking a look at a 1 on, 1 out situation. So the aggressive base running looks a little sillier because they would have put a runner on second anyway with the walk. And again, this pitcher just cannot find the zone. It's a ball. Swung on and missed. Two on, nobody out. And that is charged out to left field. Left fielder takes a look at it, gets to it and makes the catch. This is an interesting situation as the runner is safe as he advances to third. But it is an interesting situation just based on the fact that the double play is still in play, which means that if they are able to get a ground ball and turn 2, that all of a sudden you're looking at the fact that the 2 walks didn't come back to hurt him. It's just too big of a margin of error. That'll be rolled over, and that's exactly what they're looking for. There's a second to... There's what? He goes to second for 1, over to first for 2, and that will do it. Take a look at that Padres lineup here in just a moment as we're heading to the home half. No hits, no runs. Andrew McCutchen leads off in center. Ryan Sweeney at designated hitter. David Wright's at third base. Justin Upton in right. Jared Saltalamacchia is the catcher. James Loney, I'm not sure. First baseman Bobby Abreu in left. J.J. Hardy at shortstop. Brendan Ryan at second base. Jason Hamill is 5-2 with a 4.50 ERA. 7 games, 22 innings, 29 6 and 17 hits, walks, and strikeouts. Defensive lineup for the Houston Astros. So McCutchen will lead things off here. Righty winds and fires. McCutchen looks like he was going for the bunt, but missed. It is a strike. That's outside for a ball. 1-1. that is upstairs. 2-1. Ooh, big swing and miss from McCutchen. Makes it 2-2. Here comes the pitch. And it's fouled away to stay alive. Come on. It's getting ready to clap as well. We're only losing it a little bit here. 2-2. Still. And that'll keep the count at 2-2. And that pitch gets all the way into the dirt. Not even blocked all that nicely, but if you're going to let that happen, let it happen with nobody on. McCutchen will take a payoff pitch, and that will go into right field for a hit. Good job by McCutchen. Fought off a couple pitches here and there. Was able to work that count all the way full. A good eye after some swings, and then puts it in right field for a single. So a runner on first. Nobody out. That's upstairs. Here comes the 1-0. And that is foul. A 1-1. Swung on and foul. A few rows deep into the lower fans. And he'll roll over that one. Do they try to get two? They will get one, but they will be unsuccessful on the double play. But get the lead runner, Andrew McCutchen, at second. Nice turn and fire. But there's still one on. It'll bring up New York Met David Wright, 15 RBI. 4 stolen bases on the season for him. That is low for a ball. 1-0. That is low as well. So not looking great. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. 1 on, 1 out. That is rolled over. They're going to have a second opportunity at the double play, and they will be successful that time. And that's why that first, getting that lead runner out on the first attempt is so important, because it keeps it in play. You get one more ground ball, and bing, bang, boom, you're out of the inning. San Diego picks up a hit, but can't do anything with it. John Hester is going to lead us off here in the top of the second. That is foul. And that'll be hit up the third base line. It'll stay fair, get all the way to the fence out there. So it'll be an easy double. And that is how the top of the second gets underway. Oh, a little bit off. So if that's, what, 3 days off? I think the video on my birthday will only have 3 games, which is very weird. That pitch is on the outside. If you're curious, my birthday is on Tuesday. There are a couple funky days here and there where it's just like, well, there's only 3 games to pick from, or the 3, 4, or 7, I think are the numbers that I wrote down. Of just like that, it's just pick the best matchups, and if you double up on them, whatever. Oh and 2, following the leadoff double. Pitcher is ready. Winds and fires. That one stays just outside for a ball. 1 and 2. And that'll be another hit toward left field, though this time it'll stay in the air long enough to get caught. That's where I was trying to go with that sentence. And they respect the strength of the left fielder's arm to not advance on the play. Something in the grass might be able to score that runner all the way around. That pitch is outside for a ball. Here comes the 1-0. This pitcher for the Padres has been so bad at finding the zone. It's like kind of astonishing how bad he is at it. Here comes the 2-0. Swung on and missed. Here comes the 2-1. That's in for a strike. Makes it 2-2. And that's fouled away. Here comes the 2-2. That is outside for a ball. Fills up the count at 3-2. He can't issue another walk here. And that'll be into left field, but it'll be foul. Second base, the runner on second base knew that it wasn't going to get down in fair territory. You can see him walk back to second base in the middle of that. That'll be rolled in front of the home plate. Foul. So another payoff pitch upcoming. That's fouled away, so we'll do it again. And that'll be a walk. Yet another walk for this Padres pitcher who has been inconsistent finding the zone all day today. That's kind of a gentle way of putting it. He's been flat out bad at times. Omar Infante is batting .300. Has a good chunk of RBIs to work with. What could he do with 2 on and just 1 out? I think he would probably want that pitch back. Caught a little more of the zone than he was looking for. Probably at a decently hittable location. However, in a spot like that, you might see them get under it and pop it up for an easy out. That is outside. Here comes the 1-1. That'll be rolled over. They will go to third and get The force out there. That was kind of a funky play. Not sure why you didn't just try to go to second. I think at least with second you have a better opportunity to turn the double play, but instead they go to third. And it also felt like it was a bit of a delayed decision as well. I think maybe that was the most harmful thing about it as I take a look at it here on the stream replay. It's rolled over. It's just a kind of a bad animation pull, unfortunately. Either way, it's 1-0, and that'll be hit. And nothing doing. So there's out number 3. The Padres are leaving. The Padres are giving Houston a lot of opportunities with runners on, but Houston is not doing a good job at taking advantage of that. It's 1-0. As we will head to the bottom half, the home half of the second. Led off by Justin Upton. Upton hits that foul at the first baseline. 0-1. Really prefer this game not be something that's super long. But we'll see. That pitch misses low. Very large shake of the head, no. That is outside for a ball. Two and one. That is a low for a ball. 3-1. That's in for a strike to fill up the count. Might want another hack at that pitch. Ooh. Oh, I thought he went on the swing. That's a bit of a generous call in kind of every phase of it. It's a 78-mile-an-hour curveball with 11 inches of break. It did catch the bottom of the zone. We've seen some pitches that look like they're even lower than that called strikes today. Then you get the fact that he didn't swing at it. So you go, ooh, like that's 2 times the weird there. And he will put a big charge into that one, but it's not going to be enough. Retreats the runner back to first. Still unclear on how to pronounce his name. Last name, that is. I can pronounce the first name, James. Should have mispronounced it. Should have said like James or something like that. Oh, look, I got the first name on lock, James. So that pitch is outside for a ball. 1-0. Here comes a nice strike on the curveball. That is in for a strike. Here comes a 1-2. Runner on and 1 out. That pitch is outside and low for a ball. That'll make it 2-2. That'll fill up the count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Nice job to foul that off and stay alive. Payoff pitch number 2. That is outside for a ball. So, go ahead run as he says, hey, calm down. It's an interesting thing because Houston has had so many runners on base throughout the game where even if San Diego is able to put across the go-ahead run here in the late stages, which is where you want it to be, they score in the second, don't give them a whole lot of time to make a comeback. Do you trust that the pitching can hold it together for one more inning? They've already gambled twice and won. 3 times in a row seems like a pretty big risk. That is a strike at the knees. That is a bad swing. That pitch was up and stayed up. 0-2. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. Runners on first and second. That'll be low to make it 2-2. And they're going to call a strike on the outside part of the plate. Oh my goodness. That looked like a strike to me. It seemed like it got that edge. J.J. Hardy. An opportunity here with the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here's the line, and he'll fire that one foul. Oh, and 1. That pitch is low. Can the batter put a charge into this pitch? Not really. It's going to be a ground out to second. Fires over to first in time, and we will head to the top of the third. No score, 1 hit apiece, and a bunch of walks. Figgins, Shoemaker, and Watson coming up in a scoreless tie. Figgins takes a strike, high and inside. Here comes the 0-1. Figgins will put a swing on that one. It's going to get to right field. The right fielder will pick it up. Limit him to a single. We'll see if they put him in motion again. Schumacher, as you can see there, did work a walk. And we'll check on the runner at first, back in safely. That stays outside for a ball. That is a ball. This is what we've been pretty accustomed to seeing. It's why that one run wouldn't have felt very important. I mean, it would have been big. I guess it would have felt important, but it also would have been one of those things of like, Do you really believe that your pitching staff is going to come out and shut this team down again? So far, they're having a little bit of trouble. It's a 3-0 count. There's already a runner on first. That pitch was way inside. So, pretty easy walk and a good job to make sure that they don't send Figgins and get an unnecessary out. Especially when that batter already has a walk. They're going to walk a second time. Matt Watson's 0 for 1. In all likelihood, just needs to get some outfield grass and he can score that go-ahead run. Is that going? It is. Oh my goodness, he missed it. It's an automatic double. So that will score a run. We get that animation typically, and they catch it most of the time. So you kind of think like, okay, you're going to... Oh, pardon me. You're going to go and tag up to third, hope that you can get another run in. But instead it bounces off the dirt into this crowd. And it'll be an automatic double for Houston. 1-0 and now 2 runners in scoring position. That's upstairs for a ball. And another 3-0 count. Here comes the wind and the pitch. It'll stay upstairs, 4-0. How many walks has this guy issued? We haven't gotten that stat line yet. They will head to the bullpen and they will bring in a lefty. It'll be Daniel Schillerith. He has one appearance on record and 0.1 innings. Boy, oh boy. We need that second win now more than ever. So it's a bases loaded situation. And he gets a strike on the inside. Here comes the 0-1. That's low for a ball, 1-1. Houston very well could pick up an insurance run simply by walking. The first Padres pitcher was really bad at it. We'll see how this guy goes. I may have forgotten that they brought in a new arm just moments ago. Instead, this is going to be hit out towards center. They will tag up at third. The throw is in. It's cut off by the pitcher, and unfortunately, the rhythm just is not there to get it in time. That'll take care of out number 2, but Houston in the process scores run number 2. Come on. Come on, caffeine. Second win, caffeine. Come on. Come on. Wow, they are going to put runners in motion. They will go to third. And that is a double play that will end things. So, Houston scores 2. And will leave San Diego. Ryan, McCutchen, and Sweeney are going to have to do their best to keep this game alive. Again, they went to third base, which is kind of funky. Second time we've seen that. Where it's like, yeah, we'll get the lead runner at third. And it's like, if you just go to second and turn to first, it's a double play that ends the inning. Whatever. And that's a good start. It'll be a hit down the right field line in to left field. Andrew McCutchen 1 for 1 with a single. That is hit foul up the first base line. One and one with the runner on second. Tying run is at the plate. He almost gets hit but dives out of the way. McCutcheon takes that pitch outside for a ball. Three and one. And that'll be 4-1. So the winning run now, sorry about that, will come to the plate. Oh boy. 3 walks for Jason Hamill. 2 innings with 2 hits. No runs, no earned. 1 strikeout, 44 pitches. Ryan Sweeney batting 164. McKinney put a good swing into this bat and send the Padres fans home happy. 2-0. 2 on. And a ball to start things off 1-0. Gets a strike on the outside. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. It is swung on and missed. Strikeout would be huge here. That is not what you're looking for. That is going to send the runner around third. They will score 1, cut it in half. They hold the other runner at third. And Houston will quickly get into the bullpen. Corey Wade has a 54.0 ERA. 1 game he has recorded 1 out and somehow has an ERA of 54. Wow. David Wright's 0 for 1. Tying run at third, winning run at first. That is inside. And he will drill it. It's going to be... That's going to tie the game. I really didn't want to go to extras. Oh, we were on such good pace. Houston, come on. Oh, the strikeout would have been so big, and then it could have been a double play to end the game with a 2-1 score. Instead, we're going to the top of the 4th. Oh, and both these teams suck. God, this game is so frustrating. I guess strap in. Oh, I'm so annoyed. I'm so annoyed. None of these pitchers can pitch. The hitters can't hit. It just sucks. What are you doing swinging at that pitch? It's outside. It's a lefty-lefty matchup here, 1-1, nobody away. 2-2 following a big 2-run rally in the bottom of the third for the Padres. Bit of a brutal twist for me. They just could not figure out the outs. They did end up trading 2 outs for 1 run. I think maybe if you think that that's the 9th inning, you change it and treat it a little bit differently, as that is a strike on the outside. We do need the Padres or the Astros to just get like kind of one good swing here. That'd be helpful. Omar Infante is 0 for 1. Infante swings and slices that one foul. That pitch is low. Here comes the 1-1 pitch. Foul away. That is low. And they're going to call a strike right at the knees. I thought that pitch was a little low in my opinion, but it is what it is. Okay, it was not low at all. Well, I mean, sometimes with where the pitch tracker thinks it is versus where it actually is, it's very weird. Scutaro steps in. That's foul away. And it'll be hit out. Ooh, is it going to get that funky spot out in there in right field? No, because it's a foul ball. Just trails foul. Gosh darn. So here comes the 0-2 with 2 gone. That's going to get into the dirt. Catcher does a nice job blocking it. Not that it really matters with nobody on. Just makes it that it's a ball. That somehow got that far away from him. Did not hit the batter. Makes him shuffle his feet. It's 2-2 after some funky pitches. Huh, interesting. And they're going to stay with that, huh? Lefty winds, fires, swung on and missed, so that'll retire the top half of the fourth, excuse me. It'll stay 3 hits, 2 runs each. Saltalamacchio is going to lead things off for the Dodgers, followed by Aloni and Abreu. Houston 2, San Diego 2. Bottom 4. 1 swing for the Padres can end this game. They had a 2-0 lead heading, Houston has a 2-0 lead heading into the bottom of the third, but San Diego was able to score a couple and keep this game going. We are now in bottom 4. It's 1-0. The count, that is. Ooh, I think you want that pitch back. If you are the hitter, you want that pitch back. If you're the pitcher, you are breathing a huge sigh of relief that did not get absolutely demolished. Here comes the 1-1. Swung on and missed for a strike. Got under that one and puts it into center field. Center fielder drifts over and makes the grab. That will do it. This freaking game. This game is so frustrating. It's not interesting to watch when no one can hit. Each team has 3 hits, 2 runs, no errors. It's gross. Now all of a sudden everybody's patient. Oh and 1. That one stays upstairs to make it 1 and 1. Ooh, we got some wish list items. Nah, no big deal. Thanks for telling me, PlayStation. I appreciate it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Under it. I don't know why I would expect a home run from either of these teams, but for the love of God, give us something. You can't just be hitting 3 times, scoring 2 runs. These are designed to be short, quick games. It's almost like it's why I wanted the pitching stats to be at 0 for stamina, so that it forced them to bring in a bunch of different pitchers. But no, the game had to fart me on that one. Oh, it's 1-0 and rolled over off the end of your bat. What are you doing? Do something. Something, anything. Come on. One and 2 with 2 outs here in the second inning, or 4th inning. What am I talking about? Good job to stay alive on that one. Count is still 1 and 2. Oh my God. Of course we're going to the top of the 5th. Of course. We had two beautifully paced games before this. And we're just going to be stuck in purgatory. Because that's what happens. This game is so bad about giving teams multiple innings in a row of doing anything. And I don't even think you need to talk about like explosive run scoring. Like we saw a 4-run inning from the Dodgers today. But it's just not even good about like, okay, they got a couple of hits in this inning and then they got a couple more hits in the next inning. We saw it in the last one where it's just a bunch of walks and crap. Actually, it was in this game because San Diego wasn't very good. The pitches that you're swinging at and the pitches that you're not swinging at are genuinely irritating. One and one. Here comes the pitch from the lefty. Figgins is going to put that one into left field. That'll be a single to get things going. So he has reached base every time he's been up. He has one stolen base so far today. I'll check on the runner. Thank God. Stop checking on the runner. This game is too broken and bad for that. That'll be foul up the third base line. That's a good break for Houston. That was likely going to end up being a double play if that stayed fair, so Come on. See something happen here. Little loop shot into left field. They are going to hold Figgins at second, so they go ahead and run at second base, a.k.a. scoring position. Matt Watson is 1 for 2 with a double and an RBI. The lefty winds and fires. That one's low for a ball. We've seen some interesting decisions in this game. If they do get like a ball that's rolled over, do they go to third instead of going just like to first or second to initiate or wrap up the double play? That's fouled away. Here comes the 1-1. They are going to put runners in motion. They are going to be out at third. Why are you being so aggressive? Oh, just like that, 2 gone. That is such a frustrating at-bat. They try to send Figgins to third. I don't really like it. You just need to get a ball in the grass. You could probably score that run. It just feels like an unnecessary risk at this stage of the game. The problem is that the game doesn't realize that it's this stage of the game. We're 2 innings extra. It doesn't know that. It just thinks, oh, it's the 5th inning of a baseball game. No problem. That pitch is fouled away. That's outside for a ball. That'll do it. Okay, so we will head to the bottom half of the third. Houston again is really dumb. Really, really dumb. We've seen Figgins. All right, 1 swing from the Padres, and we can go home happy. I just don't believe it. They're not being aggressive at the plate. They're just kind of hanging out. It feels like the pitches that they're swinging at, they shouldn't be swinging at. The pitches that they aren't swinging at, they probably should be swinging at. Maybe that pitch would be the exception to the suggestion or the rule or whatever. But goodness gracious, it's off the end of the bat. We're going to be so deep into this stupid game. We're going to go so deep into this stupid game. It's one thing if it's a back and forth game where teams are getting hits. These teams have 8 combined hits. How many walks have been issued in this game? 5 walks for the Astros, 3 walks. There are as many hits as there are walks. And we're stuck at 2-2. Foul ball. 0-1. Oh man, that's a brutal call right to the knees for strike 2. And it's strike number 3. Houston's the 30th ranked team. This feels like such a win for the Padres, but they just can't figure it out. I also went too quickly past the... Houston is 30th in batting, 28th in defense, 29th overall. Their pitching is 3rd. As we see a hit there. The Padres are 16th in batting, 14th in pitching, 6th in defense. They're 13th overall. There is something about when you have if you have a good pitching staff, it is just so difficult to get things to go. That's not where I wanted that, but okay, thanks. So no count. 2-2, swung on and missed. I don't know what I said there. There is a runner on. There are 2 outs here. It's an 0-1 count now. 2-2 game. Bottom 5. We are a couple innings past where I was wanting to be. Here comes the 1-1. That'll be into center field. Do they send them first to third? They will. Center fielder comes up with the ball, and it is not in time. Safe. It's in time. It's just a little bit up the line. So the winning run 90 feet away here for the Padres. David Wright is 0 for 2 today. This is an excellent opportunity for him to have a redemption arc. Or a redemption moment. Not that 0 for 2 is the worst thing in the world. As long as you're making plays defensively. Right might also be a DH. Foul away. Might have actually literally just shown that. Is he a catcher? No. Third base. Jeez, I got the 5 confused a little bit. That, unfortunately... Oh my God, that got out. That's it. The game is over. Oh my God, David Wright, MLB 07, the show cover athlete. Holy moly, it's a walk-off 3-run home run. I thought that was going to be an out, but that ball just kept drifting and drifting and drifting, and it is gone. Woo, boy. All right. So we will head to our final game. It's Mariners and Rangers. David Wright 1 for 3 with a home run, 3 RBI. Daniel Schlereth, 1-0. Corey Wade 0-1. Wright's 5th home run of the season. Houston. Wow, that was a salvage game there for San Diego as they pick up the walk-off win in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Let's head to my home state team. Let's head to Seattle. A place I would be happy to live. Gotta see if we won that big lottery. And we are set for game number 4 of 4. We are all caught up on scores and stuff, so once we're done, we'll bid you adieu. The pitching real bad in this one, 29th and 30th respectively. Mariners have decent batting and good defense. The Rangers have really good hitting and meh defense. Overall, it's the 9th and the 14th team. And you can see here the pitching. 29 home runs allowed. Texas, even though they're only like a position above, pitching-wise, 29th to 30th, they have given up 9 fewer home runs. Oh, thanks again, everybody, for spending your Christmas Eve or part of your Christmas Eve with me. Or maybe it's just a regular Wednesday. Welcome to sunny Safeco Field. 17-22 Texas Rangers taking on the 23-16 Seattle Mariners. Mariners have looked good so far. They've been in that first place spot in the American League West for quite a while now. Let's get you set for the Texas Rangers lineup. It's Matt Kemp in center, Adam LaRoche at first, Jay Bruce in right, Dan Uggla at second, Ian Stewart at third, Dan Johnson that is the designated hitter, Ian Desmond at the shortstop position, Mike Napoleon Dynamite is the catcher, and Milton Bradley, the left fielder. Come on, game. Jeff Neiman, 4-2 with a 3.86 ERA, 17 games, 18.2 innings pitched, 15, 4, and 16 hits, walks, and strikeouts. So 19 total hits and walks compared to just 16 or already 16 strikeouts. Really terrific 1-to-1 there. It's not exactly even, but it's close. So here we go. Game number 4. Matt Kemp leading off here for Texas. Battle of AL West Division rivals. That is in for a strike. Whatever I do, I need to make sure I save this game. Can't let the tiredness make a mistake. It costs me everything. That is upstairs for a ball. Here comes the pitch from the right-handed Mariner. It's low. Stop me if you've heard that before. A right-handed starter for the Seattle Mariners. Wild. That one's fouled away. Makes it 2-2. That one stays outside to fill up the count. Here comes the payoff pitch. Kind of right away in this one to the leadoff guy. And that'll be hit out of play. Kind of shocked that he had that much of an opportunity at it, but whatever. Payoff pitch number 2, and it'll be a strike on the inside part of the plate. That will get things started in a positive light for the Seattle Mariners. It didn't look great. You work it back to it, let the batter work it back to a full count. But you execute when it batters, and you get the out. Adam LaRoche, 254 average, 1 home run, 4 RBI. That pitch stays outside for a ball. 1-0. And that'll be hit to the second baseman. Bobbles it. Fires over to first, and that is an out. So 2 gone here in the top of the first. And that is inside for a ball. 1-0. That is outside. 2-0. Foul ball makes it 2-1 as I realized I didn't have my chat settings set correctly. Whoopsie daisy. That'll be hit up the third base line yet again. 2-2, 2 gone here, top first. That'll be hit to the third base side for the third straight time. He is out. Wow, I thought he was going to be safe. That'll retire the side, and we will introduce you to the Mariners lineup here in just a moment. Oh, wow, interesting. Whoops. Ian Kinsler is leading off at second base. I was going to actually stand up for a second. Kurt Suzuki is the catcher in the 2 spot. Right fielder, right fielder, Ichiro. Third baseman, Aramis Ramirez. Left fielder, Scott Harrison. Designated hitter, Jose Tabata. First baseman, Travis Hafner. Shortstop, Oscar Salazar. And center fielder, Melky Cabrera. Did you see how the big games are shut off from server outages? Oh, God. Already? It's not even the morning yet. It's the morning some places. Zach Duke is 2-1 with a 2.57 ERA, 5 games, 7 innings. I didn't catch the rest of it, but walks, hits, and strikeouts. We're just trying to move around a little bit. We got to make one more game. We just have to make it through one more game. All right, bottom of the first. Merry Christmas, man. Thank you for stopping by. Have a good day tomorrow with your family. I hope you have a good day as well, whatever you're choosing to do. So long as it's not murder. Kurt Suzuki, 273 average. As that is very quick out, number 1 for Seattle. Does it usually start this early? Or maybe I just wake up to all the news of like, everything's the servers are out. Good news, we're using the PlayStation 2, so that helps us. Bad news is I was going to use my PS5 for something else tomorrow. But that's alright. Suzuki. Oh, Suzuki. That was a home run. Oh, my goodness. That was a home run. You could see the shadow of the ball. Kurt Suzuki with a solo shot. I was leaning it in. That's on me. We could see, because you could see the shadow of the ball. Bing, bang, boom. You got it right there. Bam. Excellent. But you can see it start to kind of drift a little bit. But then it comes back in. God, this controller. It's kind of a line shot into the corner here. What's interesting about it is this corner is really weird in this game. Because this scoreboard's funky. Where's the ball? I don't think we're going to be able to see it. Doesn't have the graphical power. Huh. Well, it's 1-0 Seattle. That's good news for Mariners fans. Wore their seafoam best and everything. Lefty fires and gets Ichiro to swing and miss at that pitch. The Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2Ds on sale. Kind of want that physical. 2026 is the year that I become a coffee shop worker guy. And I think I become a physical media guy. I've already kind of been there. Oh, that's a brutal out number 2. Ichiro goes for the bunt. It's popped behind him. And it is... Yikes. It's out number 2. Let's see. That pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 with 2 gone. That pitch misses low. Oh, pizza delivery is on sale. Batman. Telltale Batman's on sale. Is there anything like jumping out? Recreation. That's low. Saints Row. The baseball card shop simulator. That Leadon's half off. That's kind of interesting. Lefty pitches, swings and misses. Is 3 and 1 and 2. All those DQ Dragon Quest HD2D games are on sale. Ugh. That is hit foul up the first base line. I think getting up and kind of moving a little bit was helpful. I hope. That is hit. Shortstop picks it up, fires over to first, and that'll be an out. Suzuki is able to get, that's Kurt Suzuki, by the way. Kurt Suzuki able to pick up a hit and a solo home run right down the line. Presumably off the fair pole? I don't know. It's funky because it hit where it needed to be a home run, and then the game just said, hey, we're moving on. Ugla steps in. The right-handed pitcher fires. That is going to be fielded by him and thrown over to first, so a good start for the Mariners here. One pitch, one swing, one out, just right on top of it. Bounce back to the pitcher. Bing, bang, boom. Ian Stewart. That a ball? Was indeed a ball. Mason 1-0. That is a ball. 2-0. The 30th ranked pitching and the 29th ranked pitching facing off against each other. Ow! I have got to stop hitting my hand on this flipping table. That's like the 4th time I've done it. 3 times at least on camera between the stream yesterday, the taste test I recorded yesterday, and this stream today. I banged my hand on it earlier, I think off camera as well. There's a nice strike. Just try to get back into this count somehow. Here comes the pitch. Full count as he misses that low outside corner. That'll be into right field. I'd believe it if Ichiro could throw him out at first. Dan Johnson coming in, .250 average, 1 home run, 9 RBI. Runner on first here in a 1-0 game. Seattle leads. Oof, got the strike call. Batter doesn't love it, and I'll be honest, I don't really love it either. I'll take a swing and a miss on that one. Jammed him inside. Wasn't going to really do a whole lot with it. And that one's low. think that pitch is just a little bit too cute. Pretty predictable on 0-2. You're going to try and fool him with something that he's going to swing at, but you don't get it. You don't get the swing and the miss. Ooh, okay, must have been further outside than I realized. Where's this pitch? Where's this pitch going? Yeah, that was outside. Nice block by the catcher. Don't love what this pitcher's doing. He just keeps throwing the same pitch, it looks like. Change-up, curveball, whatever it is. It's slow movement. Oh, boy. Nice sliding stop. Couldn't get there. They don't get anything. Oh, Seattle can't come up with anything on that one. The slide wasn't as clean. I thought maybe he'd get something, but then confusion, enough speed at the first, enough speed up the first base line. Man. So 2 on, 1 out. Seattle gets the solo home run in the top of the first, or at the bottom of the first, excuse me, and then it's not looking great defensively. It's a bad defensive lapse. There is still 1 out, so you have an opportunity to turn 2. You're just working with such a razor-thin margin. And the pitching not great. He's been a little all over the place. Not what you want to see. And he cannot find the strike zone, or not getting any of the calls. Kind of a little bit of both. So inconsistent. He's not really earning any of the calls. 2-1. He's behind the hitter yet again. He's too cute, and he doesn't have the location. Doesn't have the control to get those spots. 3-1. Batters really like swinging 3-1. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. Hey, batters really like swinging 3-1. Yeah, let's throw a curveball that drops right into his swing path. Wow. That turned quick. The bobble at second. I don't know that it was going to end up being a double play because there was good speed going up the first base line. It was a good effort at the sliding stop, but everything got a little wild there, and now all of a sudden it's a 3-1 Texas lead for Mike Napoleon Dynamite. And he falls behind the hitter again, 1-0. This is exhausting to watch. Where was that call at any other point, huh? Seattle obviously has plenty of time to try and strike back, but the 3 at-bats that weren't the home run were not the most, like, confidence building, I guess. Milton Bradley, go Mariners, batting .302, 7 home runs, 13 RBI. Not really sure what happened, but it feels like this zone all of a sudden has gotten a little bit bigger. Top to bottom and side to side. Whew. Ichiro cannot come up with the catch in right field. It'll be limited to a single. Nice effort. But the defense for the Mariners letting them down a little bit here. Matt Kemp 0 for 1 with a strikeout. That pitch, that would missed. Seattle only able to get one out at a time, and it's proving to be a little bit tricky. I guess in the case of where it led to the 3-run home run, they were not able to get any outs. Adam LaRoche, 0-1. Or 0-4-1, excuse me. He's back up. As Texas has had a very big inning here. They've scored 3 runs. They have 2 or more on. I don't know why on earth you were throwing that pitch. What are you doing? That misses low. Here comes the righty's pitch. It'll be rolled over. First baseman fires to the pitcher who covers. Texas strikes back with a 3-run home run of their own. It'll be 3-1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Harrison, Tabata, and Hafner coming up. One hit, one run for the Seattle Mariners. Those other 3 at-bats, though, like I mentioned, just not great. Boy, that feels like a missed opportunity. I mean, credit the Texas Rangers. They did a good job to take advantage of the opportunity that was presented to them, in which case was a curveball that he kept throwing and then just missed his spot. Not that he was really hitting his spots previously, but at least he was missing it and it wasn't going to get blasted into the stratosphere. Then he missed one and you could see it as it left his hand and it starts traveling. You're like, oh no, it's going to get really bad. And then it did. Oh, and 2. Bottom of the 2nd here. He'll foul that one off, and we'll do it again. And hey, he's able to get that off what sounded like the end of the bat. Get that into center, past everybody, and it'll bring in Jose Tabata. He has an RBI already this season. He's batting .500. When I did sim the other day, it said that Reed Brignac did get an injury. He'll be out for a couple of days, so this must have something to do with that. As that is upstairs. Here comes the 1-0. That is foul at the 3rd baseline. Probably a good break for the Mariners. That might have turned into a double play. Trying to do something to get back in this game. That is blocked nicely by Napoleon Dynamite, the catcher. Here comes the 2-1. It's upstairs. Lefty set and ready. Winds and fires that outside. Hey, 3-1. That was a pitch, or that was a count that we saw a 3-run home run absolutely rocked on that time. The Mariners able to hold off and work a walk, so tying run on base. Travis Hafner is the go-ahead run. If he were somehow able to put a good swing on this one with the left-handed pitcher up. Oof, that's a strike on the inside corner. Not sure about that. It's 0-1 either way, so it doesn't really matter what I think. The umpire called it that way, and that's how it goes. Hafner going to get that past the diving shortstop. That'll score at least one. Might score two with the speed. No, they will hold him at third. It's a smart play. There's nobody out. It's a senseless out if you can't score. Oscar Salazar is batting 1,000. Commentators curse. Tying run 90 feet away. Looked like he was going to catch the lead runner. But they hold him at third, send the first guy through. 3-2, Mariners with a nice strike back opportunity there. I guess this is what you might expect when you look at the 29th and 30th ranked pitching staffs. I got excited about that pitch. I mean, it was starting high and it was going to drop in, but it just stayed too far outside. That is outside as well. Good eye. Oh, that got all the way. That got past the third baseman. It's going to be a tight play. He's out. This game is so frustrating. This game is so frustrating. They sent him for no reason. It should be no outs with two on. One of them in scoring position. And the throws are so bad that as soon as the ball hits, it goes through the body into the glove and they call it an out. The Mariners with a big missed opportunity. We've seen that a couple of times. In today's games where it's just like, what are you doing? That should have probably scored a run. Wow. There's a runner in scoring position. Might have actually been tough. Might have kept it bases loaded just because I don't think that guy he didn't have enough speed to get around from first to third. It's tough to believe he'd have the speed to get from second to home. That'll bring up Ian Kinsler. He's 0 for 1 today. He has a 3.08 average. It's a 3-3 game here in the bottom of the second. Kinsler takes a strike, 0-1. Kinsler's going to put a charge into that one. It does not have the distance. Oh, it's off the side of the wall. It's going to score one. They're going to send the runner around third, and it is going to score two. It is a 2 RBI double. Safe at the plate. It's 5-3 Seattle. Okay, all right. We have... Hey, you know what? Maybe next time give me some bad pitching staffs, and we can have some fun. Having said that, I mean, does Seattle have enough? Does that pitcher have enough to be able to figure out how to get through this Texas lineup without giving up a 3-run bomb? Technically did it in the first inning. 4 runs scored by Seattle here in the bottom of the second. Could have been a fifth, but a little too much aggression on the base paths. That'll be rolled over. It'll advance the runner to third, excuse me. It'll be out number 2, and it'll bring up Ichiro. Ichiro went for a bunt his first time up, popped it back into the catcher's glove. That's low for a ball. That is in for a strike. Ichiro grounds out to first base. Pitcher covers and tags the bag. So, Seattle retakes the lead. It'll be Bruce, Ugla, and Stewart coming up. 5-3 Mariners. We're heading top three. And that was after I said that I didn't really believe that the Mariners would have the offensive at-bats to get back into this game. Now the attention turns to the pitching staff and the defense. Can they figure it out? Baseball is my religion. We wake up every day and read from the Book of Giants. In 2012, the Giants took home the World Series. It was a good day. Now, I don't love what this pitcher is doing. He is really trying to toy with the edges, and it makes sense because he did miss that curveball just in the worst spot possible. But it is a little frustrating to watch him because he just doesn't have the command to get the edges of the zone. So it's a tricky spot for him to be in. Here comes the 2-1. That is a kind of a dangerous pitch that looks like the pitch that was homered off of. But he gets that one on the inside edge. Makes the count 2-2. And a big swing and a miss. That'll be out number 1. No question there. Dan Ugla. 0 for 1 today. I got all the way to the backstop. Didn't matter. No one's there, so 1-0 is the count. And that's all you have to worry about. That is popped towards second base. Shortstop kind of waving everybody off, and the second baseman's like, don't worry, I'll cover my position. I'm here. And the Mariners are 1 out away from a pretty wild victory. This is where things started to unravel a little bit, though. 1 for 1 with a single and a run. That pitch misses high or inside. Either way, it is a ball. Fouls that one back. 1-1 with 2 gone. Ooh, boy, it looked like he went with that pitch again. He was lucky that he was able to bury it in the corner, otherwise, yikes. Texas down to their final strike. And that will do it. Seattle gets ahead 1-0, falls behind 3-1 in the exact following half inning. They score 4 in the bottom of the second to take a 5-3 lead, and that is enough. Innings 1 and 3, pretty solid for the pitcher. Inning number 2, one that he'd like to forget about. And that will do it. Mariners, that felt like a very, very quick game. That felt like a speed run game. I guess it was probably its regular. No, it's Mariners Stadium, yeah. Okay, never mind. It was its regular length. For some reason, it just felt a little bit shorter. Kurt Suzuki is your player of the game. He got the things started with a home run right down the line. 1 for 2 on the day. Jeff Neiman improves to 5-2. Zach Duke falls to 2-2. Desmond's first home run of the season and Suzuki's third. As Seattle wins that one and the series. They had a much better average. Few more hits. 1 fewer home run. And there you have it. That is your fourth and final game on this lovely Christmas Eve. Let's get you caught up on some standings before we head into the All-Star break. We will go ahead and sim to date. We have caught up on all the schedules, or on all of the scores, because we had like the second game and then the bottom three. Let's go with the standings here. Let's check the National League East. Phillies are up 3 games on the Marlins. Phillies are 26-15. The Marlins are 23-18. Braves are 22-19. The Mets and the Nationals fallen fast, 19-21, 18-24. In the Central, it's the Astros on top by half a game, 23-17. Pirates have 1 extra loss for that half game difference. Cubs also have 23 wins, but have 19 losses. They are 1 game behind. Brewers are 19-22. Reds are 19-22, and the Cardinals are 15-26. In the National League West, it's been the Rockies pretty much the whole way. You could say the same thing about the Phillies in the National League East. The Rockies are up top, 24-17 is their record. Everybody else in the division under 500. 20-21 for the Diamondbacks, 19-23 for the Padres, 17-23 for the Dodgers, 15-26 for the Giants. The wild card looks like this. The Pirates and the Marlins are tied. 23-18 is the record. The Cubs are half game back, and the Braves are a game back. Diamondbacks are 3, Mets 3.5, but I think that's where you kind of want to cut it off, just because those 2 teams, these 4 teams, are the only 4 in the playoff race that are above 500. Flipping over to the American League, it's been the Yankees in the lead for a while. I don't think they had the lead the whole time, but maybe they did. Doesn't really matter because they are up 3 games on the Blue Jays. This is probably the least interesting division. Yankees are 26-14. The Blue Jays are 23-17. 3 games separate them. Orioles, Rays, and Red Sox are all below 500. 8+ games behind. In the American League Central, it's the Guardians on top. They are one of the worst ranked teams in the game, and they are leading by a game and a half. They're 24-16. The Royals are 23-18. Twins are 20-21. Tigers and the White Sox fallen out of it. In the West, it's the Mariners up top. They pick up a big win against the in-division opponent Rangers. They are 24-16. They lead the Angels by 3.5. They are 21-20. The Athletics are 4 games back at 20-20. The Rangers 17-23, almost 18-22, and that will do it. Oh, I didn't check the wild card. My apologies. In the wild card, the Blue Jays are up half a game on the Royals, the Athletics, the Angels, the Athletics, Twins. There's only 4 teams 500 and above. And that will do it. Hey, thank you all so much for joining me. Sorry it was late. I know it was late, and one of the games was long, and I was kind of falling apart because I am very tired, and I still have to edit a video, so that might go up a little bit late tomorrow. But that is okay, because I did forget that I needed actually to chop that up because of all of the holiday stuff. But that'll do it. We'll be back tomorrow with your All-Star game. That'll be the stream. That'll be it. It'll be like one hour stream, and then we'll get out of here. We'll be back on Friday, probably a morning and afternoon stream. Sunday, same situation. Keep an eye out for something on Tuesday, and perhaps on Wednesday. I think I bopped something. My bad. But yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday might have something special, or maybe not. Tuesday for sure will have something special, so be sure to check back on that day, which is conveniently my birthday. So there you go. Thank you all so much for watching. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas if you're celebrating. If you're not, happy Thursday. We'll catch you tomorrow at some point for the All-Star game. Good night, good sports. Go baseball. Goodbye.